Imagine racing against the clock, the weather, and your competitors while your engine struggles to breathe in the thin air, risking your life for the glory of reaching the summit of one of the highest peaks in America. This is not a nightmare. This is the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, the most dangerous and deadly race in motorsport history. The Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, also known as the Race to the Clouds, is an annual automobile and motorcycle hill club to the top of Pikes Peak, a 14,115-foot mountain in Colorado, USA. The race has been running since 1916 and has claimed the lives of 7 people so far. But this is not the only thing that makes this race the deadliest in the world. There is something very peculiar about it that sets it apart from other motorsport events. Something that you might not expect from a race that is supposed to be a test of skill and endurance. Stay tuned to find out what it is as we explore the history, the legends, and the tragedies of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. The Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, also known as the Race to the Clouds, is a storied competition that has claimed the lives of 7 competitors since it began in 1916. Today we'll talk about this race. Why is this race so dangerous? How do the riders and drivers handle the dangerous circumstances? And who are the survivors and the heroes of this titanic struggle? Keep watching to learn more. An annual automobile and motorcycle hill climb to the top of Colorado's 14,115-foot Pikes Peak is known as the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. The 12.42-mile, 156-turn public toll road that the race is held on ascends 4,720 feet from the starting point at 9,390 feet to the mountain summit. After the Indianapolis 500, the self-sanctioned race is the second oldest motorsport event in the United States, having been held since 1916. Spencer Penrose, a successful businessman who constructed the Pikes Peak Highway and the Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs, founded the race. Penrose came up with a straightforward idea: hold an automobile race to the summit of Pikes Peak in order to publicize his new road and draw tourists to his hotel. Ray Lenz won the Penrose Trophy in the opening race, which took place on August 10 to 12, 1916, with a time of 20 minutes 55.60 seconds. The race was a success, garnered widespread media attention, and quickly developed into an annual tradition. The race has changed and grown over the years to now include a variety of vehicles, classes, and types, including trucks, motorcycles, stock cars, sports cars, open-wheel cars, and even sidecars. Mario Andretti, Bobby Unser, Al Unser Jr., Ari Vatanen, Walter Roll, Michel Mouton, Rod Millen, Rhys Millen, Sebastian Loeb, and Romain Dumas are just a few of the notable drivers who have attended the race. The race has also served as a testing ground for automotive innovation and technology, including front-wheel drive, brake fluid, automatic transmissions, and electric cars. But why is this race so dangerous? The high risk and difficulty of this race, however, are caused by a number of factors. The altitude is the first factor. The air gets progressively thinner as you ascend. This means that because of the lack of oxygen, both the drivers and the cars experience decreased performance and power. On their ascent to the top, the drivers must contend with exhaustion, motion sickness, headaches, and dehydration. As they lose up to 30% of their power at the top, the vehicles have to deal with overheating engines, decreased grip, and unpredictable handling. The lack of a pit stop or service area on the course only makes things worse. One fuel tank and one set of tires are required for the drivers to finish the entire race. The weather is the second factor. At any time, the weather at Pikes Peak can drastically and quickly change. At the bottom, the drivers may experience sunshine, and at the top, they may experience sleet, thunderstorms, wind, hail, fog, or blinding snow. As they ascend, the temperature can also drop as much as 40 degrees Fahrenheit. The drivers must instantly adjust their speed and driving technique in response to these shifting conditions. The road itself comes in third place. The road is curvy, bumpy, and narrow. It lacks any barriers or guardrails to keep the drivers from tumbling over the cliff. There are some blind, off-camber, and hairpin turns. There are some steep, difficult, or loose sections. The road is harsh and unforgiving. A single error can spell the difference between success and failure. These elements work together to make this race one of the hardest and riskiest in the entire world. The drivers must constantly contend with danger and uncertainty while pushing both their vehicles and themselves to the limit. While racing against the clock and their competitors, they must strike a balance between speed and safety. 'em. While pursuing their dreams and seeking glory, they must overcome their fears and doubts. The race is also a However, not every one of them crosses the finish line. For their courage and passion, some of them pay the ultimate price. 7 competitors have died while taking part in this race since 1916. Bill Gross. In 1982, motorcyclist Bill Gross participated in his first Pikes Peak hill climb. He was participating in the open class on a Yamaha 750. He crashed on the ascent and was knocked off his bike close to the 16-mile marker. He fell to the ground and was struck by Mike Tomczak, another rider who was coming up behind him. From his wounds, Gross passed away immediately. Tomczak was airlifted to a hospital after breaking his leg. Bobby Gooden. In 2014, the motorcycle racer Bobby Gooden participated in his second Pikes Peak hill climb. He was competing in the middleweight division on a Triumph Daytona 675R. He finished in 4th place, but on the summit's gravel parking lot, he lost control of his bike. He flew over the cliff and crashed into a boulder field after a 20-foot fall. He was taken to a hospital by a helicopter, but later that day he passed away from his wounds. Carl Sorensen. In 2015, motorcycle racer Carl Sorensen participated in his 3rd Pikes Peak hill climb. He was competing in the middleweight division on a Ducati 848 Evo. 2 days before the race, he was practicing when he crashed close to the summit. He left the path and tumbled down the mountain about 500 feet. On the spot, he passed away. Carlin Dun. In 2019, motorcycle racer Carlin Dun participated in his 7th Pikes Peak hill climb. In the heavyweight division, he was riding a Ducati Street Fighter V4 prototype. He crashed not far from the finish line, less than a quarter of a mile from the summit, just as he was about to break the motorcycle record and win his 5th title. He ran off the road and fell down the mountain about 30 feet. On the spot, he passed away. These are just a few of this race's tragic tales. Over the years, there have been a great deal more collisions, injuries, and near misses. However, despite the risks and challenges, this race still draws competitors from all over the world who want to test their mettle and spirit on this illustrious mountain. They're motivated by their passion for racing, desire for adventure, and desire to make history. There is more to the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb than just a competition. It is customary, difficult, and entertaining. It honors quickness, tenacity, and bravery. It serves as a tribute to the competitors who came before them and an example to those who will compete in the future. It is both the greatest and the deadliest race in America. The fact that it's not sanctioned by any governing body and that the competitors are free to modify their vehicles as they wish without any restrictions or regulations. This means that they can use any kind of engine, fuel, tires, suspension, aerodynamics, or safety features that they want as long as they can pass a basic inspection. This also means that they're responsible for their own safety and that they have to accept the risks and consequences of their choices. But what do you think about this race? Do you think it's too dangerous and reckless, or do you think it's a true test of skill and courage? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.